After winning the deadly battle, Abu Sufyan became fully confident and thought, "We will not spare these Muslims." So he started preparing an army of 10,000 men. 10,000 was said. 10,000 men. The total population of Medina, children, women, elders, everyone was not even 10,000. When Rasulullah ﷺ learned about the preparation of the disbelievers, he immediately called a meeting. Everyone knew that fighting them directly was impossible. Something else had to be done. In that meeting, a foreign national, Salman Al-Farsi, was also sitting. He gave advice. Medina is already safe from three sides because of mountains. We only need to secure one side, the northern side of Medina. And inside Medina, the Jews are our friends. They will not give us any trouble. If we dig a trench on this one side, then maybe we will have a chance. A task was given to dig 120 feet of space, and they had to do this in such condition that hunger had forced them to tie stones on their stomachs. In total, Muslims dug a trench 6 kilometers long on the northern side of Medina in very few hours. How long is 6 kilometers? Let's say a cricket stadium. A cricket stadium is huge. If you line up 36 cricket stadiums, that is the length of the trench. While digging, a huge rock appeared. After many attempts, it wouldn't break. So they told Rasulullah ﷺ that this was a problem. Rasulullah ﷺ took an axe, struck the rock strongly and said, "Sham is mine. I'm seeing its palaces right now." Then he struck again and said, "Iran is mine. I'm seeing the palaces of Iran right now." Then he struck a third time and the rock shattered into pieces. Rasulullah ﷺ said, "The keys of Yemen's palaces have been given to me." The Sahaba standing there were shocked. They had seen a miracle, but Iran, Sham, Yemen, these were superpowers. How would they ever belong to Muslims? But today, we know not just Iran, Sham, and Yemen. The whole region came under Muslims. They had nothing to eat, stones tied to their stomachs, and in front of them an army of 10,000 was coming to crush them. Yet they were talking about the conquering of Iran, Sham, and Yemen. When the army arrived, they were shocked. "What's this? We never expected this." Honestly, if they had done a surprise attack, Muslims could have been wiped out, because their army was larger than the entire population of Medina. Both armies stood facing each other. They only watched from a distance. Muslims were sitting calmly. If anyone tried to cross, they shot arrows at them. This continued for many days. Eventually, one group of the disbelievers became frustrated and somehow crossed the trench. In that group was Abu Jahl's son. But Ali radiallahu ta'ala came and killed their leader, forcing them all to run back. It now seemed that the non-Muslims were losing the battle. But here, Abu Sufyan played a very smart game. We cannot enter Medina, but inside Medina, the Jews don't like Muslims. If we convince them to attack Muslims, women and children from inside, Muslims will be forced to retreat and then we will attack. The Jews immediately agreed and broke their pact with Muslims. Muslims now became trapped from both sides. The Jews began quietly raiding their homes of the Sahaba inside Medina. Muslims were tense. How can we protect our women and children at home and fight the army outside? It was a very dangerous situation for Muslims. At this point, some suggested to save the homes of the people of Medina, let's make a deal with one group of disbelievers. Every year, we will give them 1/3 of Medina's crops. But Sahabas asked, is this from Allah? He said, no. They replied, if it's not from Allah, then don't do it. We will fight till our last breath. Muslims were losing hope. Then came a huge twist. A man entered, a single person who changed the entire game. He came from the army of the disbelievers and said, let me meet Muhammad. He came to Rasulullah ﷺ and said, I have accepted Islam, but no one knows. Tell me what I can do to help. Rasulullah ﷺ said, do whatever you can. He said, okay, and went straight to the Jews and said to them, the Meccans are big deceivers, never trust them. If they feel like they are losing, they will abandon you here, and then Muslims will not spare you. If you still want a deal, ask them for some of their men as guarantee. Then he went to the Meccans and said, the Jews have never been loyal to anyone. They and the Muslims are all united. They said they will attack, but they want you to give some men as guarantee. Now the Meccans didn't agree to give any man. The Jews heard this and said, they are betraying us. Thus the alliance between Jews and the Meccans collapsed. Muslims were back in the game now. Their enemies was only in front of them. All internal threats were gone. After standing outside Medina for a month, the Meccans' motivation dropped to zero. Then a severe desert storm hit them, tearing apart their tents, robes, utensils, everything. They panicked and ran away. When the Meccans left, Muslims returned their attention to the Jews. When Rasulullah ﷺ came to Medina, he had created a constitution with the Jews. They will live by their own laws. Muslims will live by theirs, and according to their own laws, the betrayal they committed carried only one punishment, death of the man. The Jews suggested each other, let's kill our women and children ourselves and fight Muslims till the end. But no one agreed. Sa'd ibn Mu'az was appointed to decide the punishment. He ruled, let their women and children be spared, and their men be executed. This was the ruling according to their own Jewish law. After this, all of Arabia realized that nothing could defeat the Muslims, and for the first time, Muslims became a free and strong nation, and Muhammad ﷺ became a ruler. Subscribe.